Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mechanical here, and today I'm bringing you not a game review but a pickup video. Stay tuned. So my new review video is not yet finished, unfortunately, but why not show you the stuff that I picked up this year mostly, and end of previous year, mostly from before the Corona lockdown. So this is stuff that I found on a flea market, a thrift store, or just bought online. So I hope you enjoy. I'm gonna go over these pretty quickly. I'm not gonna talk about each game like for minutes. It's going to be a video of 30 minutes. So I'm going to start off with the PlayStation 2 pile. The first game that I picked up is called Secret Service. This one I picked up at a flea market for a couple of euros. I think it was like 1 or 2. It's pretty banged up. Didn't notice that at first. But oh hell, why not? It's published by Activision apparently and developed by Havok. Yeah, Havok. And yeah, it's quite simple. You're in the Secret Service and the game revolves about you protecting the president, I presume. The images look cool, by the way. I can show you some footage if you want. So a very cool find. Then the next PS2 one is Shellshock Man 67. So pretty straightforward, a war game, but not one I encountered a lot. So mostly you can find the Battlefields or the Call of Duties or whatever. But this one I have not yet seen. And it's just the cover that appealed to me, because normally I don't really pick up these old war games. Yeah, cool find also. Next game is a movie game apparently. I did not notice when I saw the title. I thought it was just a standalone game, but no. As it says on the back, it's based on a movie, The Great Escape. But if I look at the back cover, you can see images of like in the army, car scenes, motorbike stunts. I mean, it's total whack. But it was also pretty cheap. I think this was on the same. I think it was on the same flea market as the Secret Service and the Shellshock one. So yeah, why not? The next one is Sword of the Samurai. Now this cover immediately appealed to me when I saw it. I did not know anything about this game, still don't. I didn't do research for this video, I'm just showing you my pickups. This is by Ubisoft, a game, so can't be too bad. By the looks of it, it's like a side-scrolling 2.5D fighter, but with samurais, so can't really go wrong there. Yeah, cool pickup. The next game is UFC Throwdown. Now, I'm a big UFC fan. I watch almost weekly at all the new events, so when I saw this I immediately had to pick it up. It's also published by Ubisoft. I did not know that, but developed by Crave Entertainment. I have to say this was the first time that I encountered the older UFC games. Mostly you can find the ones on the PS3 like UFC Undisputed 2009 or UFC 3. But the older ones I did not encounter. So I bought this in a game shop that closed down here with us on the street. So it was like, I think it was also €3 or something. Don't know if I'll ever be playing this one, but yeah, it's old UFC, so why not? Then I have a game that I picked up at a thrift store, and that is Battle Engine Aquila. Most of the games I picked up are games that I have never heard of, so this is an Atari game developed by Lost Toys, cool name by the way. This looks like some sort of first-person mecha shooter. Not really my thing, but yeah, the fact that it's on this pile means that it was probably like 1 or 2 euros. I can't remember because this is like, I think, from January. Then we have Pac-Man World 3. Also from the same game store that closed down here in the streets. Yeah, it's Pac-Man. What more can you say about this one? Pac-Man World 3. So it's Pac-Man but in platform in 3D environments, and it's the third entry. I did not play the first or the second one, so I'm gonna wait till I pick up those two. Anubis 2 is my next PS2 game. By the looks of it, it's like a childish. It's a bit childish by the looks of it. Oh god. I can see it now. Don't know if you're going to be able to see it. It says right there, Myth Makers. If you don't know Myth Makers, it's like the series of games on the PlayStation 2, top quality. So if it's going to be like those games, my hopes are. But the cover appealed to me. It's very nice drawn. It's a platformer. I'm a big fan of platformers. Grew up with platformers. But yeah, I did not notice the Myth Makers label, so yay! The next one is Twisted Metal Black Online. Picked this up at the same store here at the end of the street. What I did not know, stupid of me, it says in the name Black Online, that this is a only online game. So yeah, and apparently the box is in German, so that's a double fail for me. So this has little value to me, because I like to collect my boxes in English if it's possible, if not, yeah, the Dutch ones, because I'm from Belgium. But I hope I did not pay 15 euros like it says on this one, but I don't think so. It was like probably a couple of euros. But yeah, never gonna play this one apparently, because it's online on the PS2. Then I'm going to show this one together, because they're from the same franchise, which is Hitman. So this is Hitman Contracts and Hitman Blood Money. Not familiar with the Hitman games. I've heard about them, but I don't know if it's which one is first of these two. But I've been planning to get into this series for a future video or videos, because there's a lot of Hitman games. Of course I have to play the first one. I'm not sure if the first one is out on PS2. I think it might be only PC, but that's no problem. So yeah, I'll be checking these ones out after I play the first one, but happy with these finds. Then we have a Disney game on the PlayStation 2, a platformer, so happy about that, and that is Peter Pan, The Legend of Neverland. I know this one came out on PS1 also. I think I also had that one, but I did not have it on PS2. Very happy about this actually. I think this was €2, and it's just a graphical upgrade, on the PlayStation 1 version, and maybe a couple of levels extra. I'm not sure about this. But yeah, always happy with a Disney platformer game, you know. Last PlayStation 2 game, and kind of obscure one for me because I have never heard of it, is Superman Shadow of Apocalypse. This one I also picked up at a flea market in a box with all sorts of games for pretty cheap, and I'm currently playing it right now for maybe a future video, spoiler. And so far it's pretty good. Reminds me a bit of Batman Vengeance, you know, the other platform game, but from Batman. Only, yeah, the controls are a bit... gives me these Superman 64 vibes, if you know what I mean. But the graphics are awesome. It's really, graphical. It's above Batman Vengeance in my opinion. So very happy about this one. Never seen this before. Gonna move this right here. Then we have the PlayStation 4 pile. It's a bit smaller. Most of these are new though, so not from a flea market or anything, so just fresh from the store. First game I picked up on the PlayStation 4, and it's an exclusive by the way, I did not notice that, is Yakuza Kiwami. It's just basically Yakuza 1, but remastered for the PlayStation 4. This one I picked up on Amazon because I couldn't find it anywhere else. The second one I think you can find over here, but this one was completely sold out everywhere, so I had to track it down on Amazon. Paid I think 20 euros for this one, which is not too shabby given the content you get with this one. These are games that you can easily put 50 or 60 hours into. What these are, if you don't know Yakuza, is a yeah, it's Asian, duh, but it's a kind of GTA style, but a lot more wacky and a little bit more linear, I think, with a lot of cool cutscenes, a really big story, yeah, Yakuza, Asian mob style, but with it Asian humor in it. So it's not for everyone, but at least give it a try. It's pretty awesome. Then Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's still sealed. It's been laying here for like, yeah, when it came out. I've got to be honest, I have never played Final Fantasy VII. At least not finished it. I've played it for 3 hours, I think, the original one on PlayStation. Yeah, I'm sorry, don't kill me, but I've never been introduced to Final Fantasy as a kid. So when I saw this one was remade for the PlayStation 4, I had to pick it up because the reviews were through the roof. I'm not sure whether I'm going to play the original one or this one first, because they say the story is not entirely the same. It's been altered and it's not the whole story. So I'm maybe playing the original one first before I tackle this one. But very happy that I got it. Then another series that I've been wanting to get into, but just didn't happen for a long time, is the Kingdom Hearts series. So I also have them on PS2, the Kingdom Hearts, so 1 or 2, but not the PSP games, because I think you pay a lot of money for those. So I just had to pick up these ones. I'm not going to say the name. It's like Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix, and this is Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8. Yeah, whatever. So what these basically are is these two combined, you have all the Kingdom Hearts games, except for the third one, of course, the newest one. So this is what I needed. I paid 20 bucks each, I think. But with the amount of content contained on these two discs, you can't go wrong. I'm currently playing the first one, loving it. But you just have to put so much time into this, man. For those of you who don't know, by strange reason, Kingdom Hearts is a mixture of Disney with Final Fantasy. Simple as that. But I'm loving it so far. I'm going to show these two together because they belong together. Also a series that I have not tackled, even though I'm a PlayStation fan. So that's Infamous. Infamous Second Son and First Light. First Light is the expansion to Second Son, but it was pretty big, so they decided to put it on physical disc, and I found these secondhand in the local game shop for like 10 bucks both. So I said, why not? Let's give these games the love they deserve. It's been getting a lot of praise, and I'm finally getting to play them, so very happy about these games. So these are all the games that I picked up. The remainder are my books and some DVD and Blu-ray boxes. So the first one is, these are game related by the way, these books, is the Computer RPG book by Bitmap Books. Well, if you don't know Bitmap Books, they are an independent publishing company, you can say, that started as a Kickstarter campaign. Got a lot of interest and funding, so now they're just keep on pumping out these amazing books. This one, for example, is, as the title says it, about role-playing games on the computer. History, all the most important games are tackled into this giant volume. But other stuff from Bitmap Books are the NES, Super Nintendo, Commodore, Sega Master System compendiums. So they have like volumes of this thick, like this one, where they go through the history of each console with all the most important games, even the genres. I also have the point and click games from Bitmap Books, and the paper quality and image quality is insane. It's like 40 bucks for one book, but I mean, come on, look at it. I'll show you some images after the video, at the end of the video, but if you haven't heard of them, please check them out. I'll put a link in the description. I can't tell it enough. This is value. Then something not game related, it's just geeky stuff, but I'm also a big comic book reader. I collect mostly just omnibuses. Why? Because they contain a lot of single issues into one package. Because I hate collecting single issues. I started out as a single issue collector, but then you miss some numbers and you have to track them down, and they are ugly to display. You just put them in carton boxes. These are a lot prettier to put on your shelf, right? So this, for example, is the Batman by Grant Morrison, the first volume, and there are currently 3, and the third one is the final one. Grant Morrison, if you don't know, is one of the most well-known Batman writers in comic books. Not my favorite by a long shot, but this one was on sale for like, I think, 30 bucks, and yeah, for the amount of content you get, you really can't go wrong. It was 50% off, I think, on Amazon. So happy about this one. Then I have a game related book, which is Final Fantasy The Ultimania Archive Volume 2. If you don't know this series by Dark Horse Comics, by the way, this covers the games that are on here, like 7, 8 and 9. It covers the whole game, like the enemies, the story, the characters, concept art, I think strategies, not sure about that. But these are like 30 euros, and I really love the format of it. I'll show you some images. I'm really about to get into Final Fantasy. I want to get involved into this series because Final Fantasy, yeah, it's one of the longest running series, and I'm just ashamed that I have not played a single one, even though I have a lot of Final Fantasy games. And then I just stumbled upon this book in the store and I had to pick it up, and I gotta say, it's so rich with content. And if you're a Final Fantasy fan, this is a no-brainer. Pick this one up. The last book is nothing game related, but I'm also kind of a movie geek, especially horror movies. So this is The Art of Hammer. If you don't know Hammer, Hammer is a English film studio that was primarily known for their horror movies. As you can see here, is Christopher Lee as Dracula, super famous. And this book contains the art of their posters. I'm a big fan of the art style of all the posters, with the, I don't know what it exactly is, but the greenish, bluish color really appeals to me. And I found this on our trip with my girlfriend when we went to London, and this is by Titan Books. Titan Books is a publishing company that really focuses on art books of movies, games, and all that sort of stuff. And this one was on sale also, so I had to pick it up. So very stoked about this one also. Last but certainly not least are the DVD and Blu-ray boxes that I picked up. So first one is a Blu-ray box of a cartoon that I'm really fond of. I could watch this cartoon any day of the week, and that is Avatar. Oh, and a piece just broke off. Lovely. So Avatar, The Legend of Aang. I thought it was always called The Last Airbender. Not sure about that one. So yeah, if you don't know this one, how could you, I mean, how can you not know this series? This was on Nickelodeon. It's still airing, I think. They keep re-airing it because it just attracts so much views, I think. It's an amazing cartoon with an amazing story. The animation itself is top-notch. Oh, love it. Oh my god. It just keeps falling out. So the next box set is the Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 3 Part 2. So the final one that really ends the Infinity War saga. That ends with, what was it, Spider-Man Far From Home. I'm a big fan of comic books, as you've heard, so I had to have these. These are these 4 boxes. I have them all with all the movies in it, with posters, cards, extra content, and I'm a collector, so I have to have it all. This was like 40 bucks. I bought it on Amazon. These are amazing box sets with a lot of content in it, with bonus features, posters, a cool collectible box for 40 bucks. So it's Blu-Ray, by the way. So for the amount of content and quality you get, 40 bucks is really good value. So I'm happy to finally have the whole series. Then I have an anime that I got from my girlfriend for my Christmas, I think. That is Attack on Titan Season 1 on Blu-ray. I'm not a super huge anime fan, aside from the mainstream ones like Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Attack on Titan, Code Geass, all that stuff. But this is actually the first anime besides Pokemon that I own on home release. Because otherwise I'll watch it online or on Netflix or whatever. So pretty stoked about this one because, yeah, if you have not seen it, it's really accessible for people who are not really a fan of anime. It's super epic, one of the most epic animes I've ever seen. If you have not, I can really tell you about it. I can. So it's basically just the humankind is threatened and near extinction because of these creatures called the Titans. And they live in a walled city with circles, and on the outer side of the city live these Titans, which feed on humans. So their lives are constantly threatened by these enormous monsters. But it's so emotional and epic. I mean, I can't really spoil anything, but if you have the time, and please, if you're somewhat into anime, please give this a chance. It's so good. Last box and last item on my pickup video is something that I've meant to pick up, but I have waited till it was on sale because it was rather expensive, and that is Futurama, the complete series, seasons 1 through 8. I picked this up also from Zavi, same site that I picked up Avatar. It was super cheap. It was like 20 bucks. For the amount of content you get, 124 episodes. I live in Belgium, so Futurama here in Belgium, we only had seasons 1 through 4, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you had to order the other ones from Amazon, USA, and yeah, all the blah blah blah. But this finally came into a collector's edition 23 disc box set for super cheap, and I love The Simpsons, so I have the first season of Futurama on box also. I loved it and I wanted to check out the rest, so now I can. So that was my pickup / haul video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it wasn't too boring. This is the first time that I've done something like this. You can expect my new review video, I think, next week. I hope so, because I've been having some trouble with the computer and gaming capture and all that stuff. So without further ado, thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Leave a like or put a comment and tell me what you think about my pickups, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.